Tomorrow I'm going to start working on installing a dishwasher in that cabinet. So we've been waiting a while and we finally received this dishwasher. We don't have a home under our countertop for a dishwasher, so I'm going to have to reconstruct this cabinet and turn it into a spot. We have a hot water valve in here already for a dishwasher. It's not being used. And we've got an outlet in this cabinet. Well, there's an outlet in the back there. It's a really nice cabinet, and I tried to figure out how to salvage it, but you really can't because otherwise it would destroy the countertop. So I'm just gonna have to cut it out and make a spot. So here I go. I'm going to start taking it apart now. I'm going to take off the doors now. Now I'm going to take off the sliders. So I've already measured this and I have a 27-inch opening, and what I need is a 24-inch opening. So I'm going to have to put 1.5 inches on each side and then refinish it. I've got to remove this, and I'm going to have to cut out this bottom part, and I'm going to have to put some 2x4s along the sides and then some brackets in the back to reinforce it. Oh, and I need to drill a hole for the water line and the drain line. And the outlet's already there, so I don't need to worry about that. So first I'm going to cut out this so it's easier to get in there using an oscillating saw. first hole for a 2x4. And I'm going to cut one on that side. And now I'm putting in, see, this is hollow up here, so I'm putting some cleats in here to reinforce it all the way around. I'm going to put some brackets underneath. Alright, so I cut out the face frame, I've got the cleats on top. I need to put in the 2x4s, so I'm going to have to make this other cut. Alright, the studs are in the back. Now I need to put some brackets up here. So now I have the brackets in, and I have the 2x4s in, and now I'm going to put in 2 more 2x4s on each side right about here. And then I'm going to cut out the floor. Alright, so now I have all my 2x4s in there, I have my brackets in there, and now I'm going to cut out the floor. Use the oscillating saw now to go through this. This is the last thing to cut off. I'm taking out the front. Okay. It's all out. Now I gotta clean up my giant mess before I start the next part. So I'm pretty much done with phase 1. All I've really got left to do is countersink these and then hang them on each side, and that'll be like 24 inches. And then they have to be finished, of course. But I cleaned up, and I'll vacuum it later when I'm done because I still have to drill some holes. So the next thing is, I took off the kick plate before so I wouldn't damage it. Now I'm going to have to cut it so it's nice and straight. So I'm going to go use a table saw elsewhere. Okay, so I'm gonna put on the sides, just like that. Now I'm going to put on number 2. I was having some problems with it, so I got out some clamps. Okay. All right, those are on there. So it's time to put back on the toe kick. I'm gonna put some glue on it. Not too much, just a little. Okay. I have to kind of bend it to get it in here. Bend up. Now we have that side. Now I'm going to put back on the side toe kick. Plenty good. Now I'm putting back on the heat vent. Vent's back on, and you can't see that I took off the toe kick. And it's cut, and you can see it if you really get down there, but it's time for the last step for carpentry. Drilling. I had to get another drill because mine died on me. I'm drilling out the hole for the drain hose, and then one for the water line. There's my hole. So that was a huge hole saw. It was like 2 inches, but that's all I had. So I only really needed about maybe one and a half, probably 1.5. Now I'm going to drill for the water line using a slightly bigger spade bit. I think I'm just going to drill through my post. Okay, there is my water line. I'm in a weird spot, but it'll work. Yep, perfect. It's pretty dark in there, but it's right back in the corner. So now I'm going to vacuum and clean up and put my toys away. I'm done with the carpentry now, so I just have to install the dishwasher, and I'll do that a little bit later. So I've got the dishwasher laid down now. I'm going to install the water line and the electrical cord. Take off this plate.
Why is he opening the mail?
First, I'm going to open the electrical box. Just unscrews. There's the electrical box. Cord goes through here. So now I'm putting on the hot water line. So now I have my electrical connection hooked up and my water supply line, and I'm going to put it in the cabinet. So it has power. I put the cord in and the two hoses. I decided to put my drain hose through the bottom because I have an air gap, so I can do that. Now I'm going to put it in. cutting the end of the drain hose to fit. So this needs to be there. Sure this is tight. Now I have to connect the water line. Wrench. Turning on the water line. It's on. Good morning. It's day 2. I'm almost done, but I've got a few things left to do. I need to install this now. It's from the disposer to the air gap. After a long battle, I got the hose connected to the bottom of the air gap, and now it needs to go here. It's the intake for the disposer, and there's a plug in there, so I have to knock that out. There it goes. Here's the plug I pulled out. So this needs Oh, the clamp. Okay, that's on. Try that, make sure everything's working. Now I'm putting on the bracket, the mounting bracket, and there's just a little slot. And a little place for a screw. So I'm going to do a test run here and make sure it's working. Need to pull out all this stuff. It's running, you can barely even hear it. I'm gonna test this for about an hour. It's not leaking. So I mounted the brackets on here, and then I fitted it and pushed it in as far as I could go, and it was still sticking out, oh, probably this far past the countertop, and I don't like that. So I had this plug on it that came with the kit, and I went to the hardware store and bought a flat plug and just cut this off, and it saved me about an inch. So I just installed that plug on there, and I dry fitted it again, and it's a lot better. So I put this strip up here so I can screw the brackets into here when I set it in. But now I'm sanding the face frame, and then I'm going to stain it. So I put some painter's tape on this other frame here because I don't want to refinish this, but I'm going to refinish this, But now I've got a perfect line here, and if I go over with a sander, then hopefully it won't mess it up. Now staining. This color match looks extremely close. I didn't think it's a different color of stain because I couldn't find what I think that is. I think it's honey oak, and this was golden oak. And I stained a piece of scrap wood this morning, and it didn't look much like it at all. But for whatever reason, when I stained this, it looks great. It is now time for varnish. Now it's varnished. I finished up staining and varnishing the frame, and then I pushed the dishwasher back in and installed the mounting brackets. So now it's in there, and what I have left to do is I'm going to mount these hoses up out of the way so they don't get crimped by the garbage can or something. And then I have to put on the toe kick down here, and that's it. So I tied up the wires. It's actually a conduit mounting brackets that I use, but it worked. And there it is, it's finished. It took a long time, but it wasn't really that hard for me. But it took me a long time to do this because I was afraid I was going to ruin the cabinet.
And no one else wanted to do it.
What? Oh yeah.
No one else was willing to do it. I look horrible, but go ahead.
Tell them story.
Okay, so it's been a very, very long time. I wanted to get the dishwasher put in, how many years ago? Since 2008. So that's 12. I don't even know what year we're in now. I don't know how many years that is, but a very long time. And it's now 2023. And so we've had several people come over to see about this project, and nobody really wanted to tackle it. One group of guys came over and said that they couldn't do it without tearing out all of the cabinets, and it would be $24,000. That's ridiculous. The price of a new car, $24,000, and the cabinets aren't even that old. And he also said that our cabinets look like they're in excellent condition, so really we didn't need to do that. Anyway, so yeah, we had a bunch of people come in. Nobody really wanted to do it, and so nobody really wanted to help us pick the dishwasher. We would have paid somebody to do it, but nobody wanted to even help us pick one that fits. We had to have the special ADA one. Everybody's like, oh, that's too much of a burden for us to go shopping for you. You need to go shopping for yourself. So that's why it took so long, and nobody got paid to do it. So Andrew did it. So yay!
And that was a whole nother story, is that the dishwasher arrived dented, and so we had to send it back and wait for another one.
Yeah.
And
rescheduled probably 4 times or something before we got that.
Yep. And then I bought a bunch of wrong parts, but I returned them. But it took a long time, so now it's done.
In one weekend. Done in one weekend.
Yep. Yeah. It looks good.
And it works. That's important.
Yeah.
That's the important part. I'm going to be cooking a whole bunch, so yay. You ready for winter?
All right, one last view. And there it is. And now we have to move the refrigerator back and put these tables back and clean up this mess and put my toys away again. And we've got dishes to wash and a new dishwasher. That's it. Thanks for watching.